Hey everyone, Dennis K here. Just giving my daily update. Again, more for myself than anyone else. Just my personal thoughts, feelings, and musings as we go through this together. It is day 3 of the mandatory shutdown here in France. So we're all confined to our homes and our apartments. Just getting out very briefly this afternoon. Do a little walk down by the river, which is good. Helps me to keep my head clear, get some vitamin D, and I'm still in social isolation because you see there's no one else around, so this is allowable by law. So again, just briefly, but it got me thinking, and I've wrote about this before in some of my blogs and in some of my training and coaching, the benefits actually of having some downtime. In our busy lives, we all try to add so much to our lives that there's very little time for us to just sit back and reflect and to be at peace. I remember the illustration of somebody handed you a glass of muddy water. What is the best way to get the mud out, to make it clear again? And there's a lot of different answers to that. Some say we have to filter it or other things like that. But the best way to let that water become clear again is to just set the glass down and just leave it alone. And gravity would do the rest. Over time, the water will become crystal clear as all the murkiness and the particles in the mud just settles to the bottom. And that's what happens in life a lot. I'm guilty as the next guy of adding a lot to my plate. I like to be productive. Feels good to be busy, accomplishing things. But at least once per quarter, I have included in my personal routine something called scheduled boredom, where usually Steph and I would take a trip somewhere. It could be renting a chalet in Switzerland, in Zermatt. It could be renting a camper van in Iceland, but just going somewhere to get away and purposely not planning to fill our days with a lot of stuff. So it's different than if you were to go to, let's say, Rome and you want to see, a bunch of things, Colosseum and the Roman Forum and whatnot. That's a different type of trip, but what I found very useful is scheduling these times to get bored on purpose. And it's amazing because usually my days consist of, on these scheduled boredom days, I get up and I do my normal routine of reading and working a bit and so forth. But then for the rest of the day, I just simply walk and I think, and I try not to be on the internet too much. But it's amazing just how many times I've had a breakthrough, a personal breakthrough, or maybe a certain problem that I've been working on in my business. Just all of a sudden the answer becomes clear. And I recognize the value of that, and that doesn't happen unless you purposely give yourselves time to just sit and to think without being distracted. Just meditate, journal. I use journaling a lot, so I like to journal with books and pen. I've been doing this for years now. Lately I've been taking a journaling just with a Word document, just putting my thoughts down. But there's something about using a pen and writing in a journal. It really helps your mind to consolidate the thoughts, or to get the thoughts clear in your mind when you do that. So that's what I've been doing. So I was thinking about this time, right now in France. It's funny, everybody's home. Everybody's in their homes. Not very many people are working. Not very many are able to work from home. So they're sitting there just bored, but what they're doing is they're starting to fill their minds with just nonsense. They're watching the news constantly. And people are taking advantage of this too, by the way. Some of the cable channels here have now made their premium services free. They want more eyeballs on the TV. Some websites are making their content free that they used to charge for it, trying to attract that attention. And at the end of all this, we don't know how long this will go on, but it's definitely not going to last just 2 weeks. It's going to go on for months. And so the good thing is we can use this time to better ourselves. Which Steph and I are going to do. And our close friends and family, we're all committed to be doing the same thing. There's also projects that we can take on. And I was thinking about this too. If we think that this social isolation or these shutdowns are just going to happen a week or two, then what we might do is live our lives in anticipation of it soon being over. So we sort of get in a holding pattern. It's almost like a flight that has reached its destination, but it can't land So it just goes into this holding pattern and flies around in the circle and circle and circle, waiting to land. And during that wait time, nobody accomplishes anything. They're just waiting for it to land. And so if we take the mindset that, you know what, this could go on for a month, 2, 3 months, maybe more. I was thinking what a different approach we might have to how we use our time, what we do with this. For example, I was looking at getting a real estate license in maybe in the state of Florida or South Carolina, just to be able to do some work from abroad in those states. Well, sometimes those courses can take 2 or 3 months. Well, if I viewed this temporary shutdown as maybe lasting 2 or 3 months, I could say to myself, you know what, let me use some of this downtime that I have since I can't get out as much as I used to, and maybe take that course. And at the end of this, maybe I end up with, who knows, another agent license. You know, so besides doing work in Belize, I could do maybe some sales somewhere else. Or I saw that some of the online language training programs, such as Fluent Forever, are giving away 1 month free trials. Other websites, such as Cardone U, which is a training program for people that are involved in sales and marketing. Grant Cardone is giving away 1 month free of his content, which is a pretty extensive content to get on there. So there are people trying to take advantage of this downtime by trying to, how can I say, use this to take advantage of people or to dumb the masses down. But there's also some good that can come out of all this if we use our time right. So anyways, I know I'm kind of rambling on today, but those are my thoughts. So again, I guess my key takeaways right now that I want to solidify for myself is remember that boredom is a good thing. It's not a negative, especially if we take that boredom and we channel it into something productive, and to use this time productively so that at the end of it we come through stronger, better, able to do more, be more, and yeah. That's it. Well, my brief walk is over. Got to get home now before the police stop me and give me a ticket for being out here too long. So thanks for watching today. Appreciate it. If you like these updates, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate it. Again, I'm not looking to do this for anyone else, but you know, they say when you teach something, you really end up teaching yourself. And that's why I like to put my thoughts down when my blog posts, my writing, some of my creative outlet channels. So this is just one of those, but appreciate everyone watching. And anyways, you guys take care and be great.